Let's therefore go into the second game. That is gonna be played on, well, the kind of weird pronunciation, Lençois Maranhenses, I guess. Maybe gonna be calling it that way. And that is going to be there for FreakinAndy. Right now starting with, what kind of civilizations? With Persians. We're gonna be having Lithuanians from SaladEsc. And this is looking somewhat similar to something like rivulets from Double Cup. You can see right now water to the south. You are going to be having some stone extra, plenty of stone extra to be precise, with berries and millions of fish. Apparently even fishing boats without a dock though. Yeah, you don't have a dock. So you're gonna be, of course, very much invited to build one. It seems that FreakinAndy is gonna be going into quite a bit of a distant land here. Some random turtles and even actually some dolphins in the middle of the mangroves.
Salam.
Middle of the mangroves here. Otherwise, you're gonna be having some standard 5 relics. Yeah, so it looks like some 5 relics. Basically 2 per player and 1 in the very middle of the map. You're gonna be having somewhat very bullet. As I mentioned, this is really kind of very similar to it. Gonna be having to see what kind of differences there are going to be in the end. With town center number 1 in there, okay. Quite close right now, therefore, to the wood line. And then we're gonna be having stone as well available. Gold mine is where? Quite a bit far away. Like really far away. That's one. That's small one. Oh, they're gonna be so hard to actually keep safe. It's gonna be some kind of good opportunity for Aiden. Fortunately, also SaladEsc immediately having some idols. And we do have some jaguars here. Like interestingly open map. Like practically no wood lines here to even serve as some kind of basis for walls. All the way to the top, there's just gonna be some rainforest, I guess, then. And we're gonna be also starting with some random piggies. Oh, well, definitely random. You can see far away from the starting base. Do we have something really a bit closer, at least for them? Not really. Not really. So they really will be reliant quite a bit on the fish. Otherwise, if they could be probably lucky, they can also utilize the box turtles right next to the town center here. It's gonna be one spot there for the opponent. I don't think he's actually having such a great one. You can see he's gonna be having the turtles somewhat off the path, not entirely as close. Not entirely as close as you'll be imagining. And the junk's coming up now. At this point, I'm gonna be really curious if there's gonna be an opportunity for them to really go into some trade actual negotiations. It's gonna be really close to the docks. So even if you would be trading, you would be getting really just like some kind of very measly amount of gold. But it might be somewhat helpful anyway, I guess. And of course the important part is that FreakinAndy was way too much faster here than SaladEsc. You can see right now already a difference of about 7 villages. Gonna be having some 4 fishing boats extra. And on the villages, it's a bit curious actually that it's that way as well. But I guess it's gonna be some compounding effect from the fact that we do have so many fish already gathered. I guess it's gonna be like the biggest idea. And yeah, there we go. 2 gold. You're getting actually 2 gold for the trade here. So now you're gonna be at least getting the confirmation that really they are the same as in the other types of maps. So therefore it's still gonna be trade. So it's actually something that can be very easily allowing them to get the gold for the castle age. Because it's still gonna be quite a few minutes. And they are literally just getting, I don't know, how long does it take? It's taking literally 10 seconds to go back and forth. So they get in every 10 seconds 2 gold. So that's gonna be 12 gold therefore per minute. That's not too bad. That's really not too bad at all. That's gonna be allowing for quite some fun shenanigans, as it seems like it also apparently walling is very much possible here. SaladEsc is not gonna be interested in letting anybody through with second dock for FreakinAndy. I guess you're gonna be having some probably demo ship action again. Gonna be able to go quite a bit deep. And this is probably not gonna be possible, but maybe it could be at least walled off. And therefore the full control by the boats could be actually possible. No, we'll see. We maybe do have some kind of idea, but yeah, the problem is that because FreakinAndy went for the water so soon, you can see he's gonna be having quite an excellent advance into feudal age, whereas SaladEsc is even not advancing yet, and he's gonna be even having to deal with some really fighting. Yeah, I guess right about now also the Persians start working out, but on the other hand we do have Lithuanians, which also do have a pretty good start anyway. You can see he's gonna be going for a bit of a longer trade route. Currently Salad when he has the opportunity. But feudal age in, and are we gonna be dropping some immediate tower here? It's a bit of a shame for that one villager, but yes. Yes, it is going to be just like an immediate tower, and it seems like, okay, it's not gonna be good enough. I was going to say that maybe he actually managed to wall himself properly, but just like 1 second longer he needed to be secure in the spot. Did not unfortunately happen. Okay, it's gonna be dock number 3. Some fireships coming up. This is probably gonna be developing into fairly heavy water battle rather than anything else. I was gonna maybe contemplating if it's gonna be also played on the land, but maybe, but I guess maybe only later. Currently still 39 against 33. FreakinAndy though is gonna be temporarily housed. That's unfortunately not entirely helping him exactly in this critical moment. That was an unfortunate mistake in there by him. But well, in the base, villager versus villager, so that's gonna be dead villager for SaladEsc, probably. Could have been actually taking the Turkish away so that they will be shot at by the TC. But I guess maybe just kinda didn't want to be nasty. Possibly. And FreakinAndy getting already Beer Barrow. No, it doesn't seem like he's gonna be entirely that much ready for Castle Age advance just yet. That will be taking a bit longer still. No, and if you're gonna be switching to SaladEsc, he's actually having a fairly high food currently. Considering that I was expecting he's gonna be probably pushed off the food very immediately, it seems like not to be entirely on the way. That FreakinAndy is maybe just gonna trying to do a bit too many things at once, both water and land. But well, maybe it's gonna be... I mean, like, it's gonna be inevitably slowing him down on either of those. But also it's having a good chance that maybe it's gonna be confusing SaladEsc to such a degree that in the end it's gonna be advantageous to him. And again, FreakinAndy is of course gonna be the favorite in this match. And even though SaladEsc really isn't any kind of bad player, you might for example remember him from Nations Cup, where we cast him for Denmark. I think he played for the A, right? Denmark A. He definitely does know how to play, but yeah, well, FreakinAndy is having quite a tons of experience of high-level gameplay in the past few years in the 1v1 tournaments, and of course the team game and 1v1, that's a whole different story. As the demo ship coming up, SaladEsc probably already right now just gonna show in that he is, like, recognizing he is the one on the defensive. But apparently tons of spearmen coming up, and will be apparently even some further archers from the Persian coming forward. And this is right now gonna be trying to utilize exactly what he mentioned, that all the resources are extremely open on this map. You basically have absolutely no wood lines in here, so you just have to be dropping some short walls and yeah, well, towers, archers. It's gonna be practically impossible to play against. And right now it seems like that SaladEsc is gonna be exactly getting the taste of all of that. So nice thinking, nice preparation by FreakinAndy here. And unfortunately those villagers, you can probably already just considering them dead. And preparing the places in the graveyards for them. And well, I wasn't thinking exactly GG, so I wasn't entirely certain, or certain, wasn't thinking that I'm actually that right about actually death of right now the player, but nonetheless, yeah, well, seems like that he's not entirely too confident that without access to gold here, he is gonna be having a chance to get the next one. He would possibly have that, and he's getting plenty of stone. You can see SaladEsc, so he will be probably soon getting even a tower. Tons of wood for him. Castle Age, kind of like maybe. But he just like literally needed a tower on the gold here, and he'll be probably fine. So I'm thinking that maybe this is a bit of a premature ending. I guess that maybe he has to be somewhat tilted after a previous game. Okay, like, I want to say that he like threw it or whatever here, but the last game has to be, and had to be, really just like difficult mentally, because really SaladEsc was very close to win there. And just like FreakinAndy pulled that game out of like the bottom of the Pacific Ocean in there. That was really one of the better comebacks you're gonna be ever seeing. He really was in a horrible shape. Just unfortunately SaladEsc maybe kind of thought he's just like seconds from victory. And he just maybe needed to be a bit more kind of focused maybe, I guess we could say. Something along those lines, I imagine. Maybe so, but for the time being, let's definitely have a look at the upgrades. That's gonna be absolutely nothing for the Mr. Lithuanian. For SaladEsc, whereas for FreakinAndy on the other side, he is going to be with the Persians, having already the wheelbarrow we have seen. It was a bit weird early upgrade, but okay. And then we're gonna be having combination of wood and gold. So fairly nice ups for basically the water warfare and archers and stuff. As you can see, this is gonna be still somewhat going on. But it looks like that already orange is gonna be right now reaping the benefits of being faster. Of course, the tower there as well. You can see the dog got destroyed. And that's gonna be on the apparently compounding effect and reason for SaladEsc to already give it a go. For the GG and for game number 3. This tower will be, it's almost finished, of course. But yeah, seems like it right now, FreakinAndy is just like all over the place. So, somewhat curious, this is actually a fairly cool map. Looking forward to more games on this. How is it called? Therefore, Lençois Maranhenses, I guess it's gonna be maybe the pronunciation. And let's have a look into statistics. 39 against 45 in the wills. For FreakinAndy, 013 on the military. And therefore, should be fairly evident here as well. You can see not entirely too much of a long fight. Almost 16 minutes, or not even 16 minutes, probably we could say. 305, that's gonna be 8, 9, and 9. 1800. 1800 resources more for FreakinAndy. And of course the trade. Can't see right about now. Such a nice and neat little profit at the start that you're gonna be able to get on this map. 69, nice. Map explored. It's not entirely too different between the players. And of course the quick advance here. Yeah, that was just like the mistake. That SaladEsc just didn't go for the dog fast enough. And it all escalated from there. You can see literally just 2 upgrades. Feudal Age and Loom. That's all he had. And on the other side we were having that. And on top of it also the 3 economical upgrades. And what was the last one? Does he have inflation? I already forgot.
Hurry.
No. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so he had to be having like town watch, right? Yeah, town watch. Okay, so that's gonna be it for game number 2. GG.